Hello everybody! Zeus and I are ready for our next story with you. This is the last book in this long series we've been doing. They have been all steps to Jesus, haven't they? And today we are reading one called My Very Best Friend, and it's a book about Jesus. Written by Linda Porter Carlyle, illustrated by Kim Justinen. You have a letter, Grandma, I call. It's from Hattie. I like bringing in the mail. It's my special job, and I can tell when Grandma gets a letter from her best friend Hattie. Hattie always draws a tiny bunch of flowers on the envelope. Grandma says that kind of flower is called forget-me-not. Grandma takes her letter and smiles. It's always so nice to get a letter from Hattie, she says. Let's go out on the porch and read it. Grandma and I sit in the porch swing. Hattie is your best friend, huh, Grandma? I ask. Yes, she is, Grandma answers. I thought I was your best friend, I say. Grandma kisses the tip of my nose. You are, she says. Well, how can Hattie and I both be your best friend, I ask. That's easy, says Grandma. I can have two best friends. I have two hands. They are both my best hands. I sure wouldn't want to do without either of them. I have 2 feet. They are both my best feet. I wouldn't give up either one. So, you see, I can have 2 best friends, too. I lean against Grandma while she reads her letter. Hattie says maybe she can come and visit me this summer, Grandma exclaims. It would be so wonderful to see her again. Grandma carefully folds Hattie's letter back up and lays it in her lap. I know she will read it again and again, thinking about seeing Hattie. Can I have a tea party, Grandma? I ask. I want to invite you and my very, very best friend. Okay, Grandma answers, but who is your very, very best friend? You'll see, I say. Would you make us a pot of peppermint tea, I ask? And can we have cookies too? Oh, how could we have a tea party without tea and cookies, asks Grandma. I put a pretty tablecloth on the kitchen table. I put 3 china cups with purple pansies on the table. I put little matching saucers under them. I put out a plate for cookies. I arranged 3 chairs in front of the cups. Are you ready, Grandma? Grandma puts a steaming pot of tea in the middle of the table. She gives me the cookie jar so I can put the cookies on the plate. Sit here, Grandma. This is your place. I sit down next to her. Grandma looks at the empty chair. Is someone else joining us? She asks. I pick up the pot of tea and carefully pour some into Grandma's cup. Well, maybe he won't be joining us today, I say in my best grown-up voice, but I wanted to have a place for him just in case. He is coming, but I don't know exactly when. Grandma looks at me. Who? She asks. I give Grandma a twinkling smile. You know, Grandma, my very, very best friend. You're the one who told me he was coming. Grandma smiles back at me. You set a place for Jesus, she says. We drink our tea and eat our cookies and talk, Grandma and I. Jesus doesn't come in time for the tea party today, but I know he likes parties, and I know he is coming someday. Grandma says she thinks it will be soon. Jesus, I'm glad you're my very best friend and I'm living with you forever. Jesus, I'm glad you're my very best friend and I'm living with you forever. The end. Look at all of our friends that we have visited in our last round of stories, right? All of our books have featured one of them and the amazing things that they have learned, and especially being drawn to being a best friend with Jesus. I just love that picture. Isn't it beautiful? Can you imagine someday getting to spend eternity with your best friend, Jesus? I sure hope he's your very, very best friend. If you're an adult watching, you can pause the video on this page, and it has all sorts of fun ideas about incorporating our best friend, Jesus, into our lives. All right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of that book series. I hope you enjoyed them. The next couple books we're going to be doing have to do with Easter, so be sure to check those out. And Zeus and I will see you then. Have a great rest of your day.